Now struck upon the clock are 2 and 1, which indicates our scene is set to play. In this, the parish church of Marylebone, the christening place of Byron, wedding church of Bacon, resting ground for Wesley. Honoured guests, staff, students and friends, it is my privilege to welcome you to St Marylebone for the 5th DLD College Award ceremony. There are many here whose academic achievement will be recognised later. There are those of you who have come to share in their success. Some are here to see friends and peers perform, and one person is here having forgotten his mother's birthday. However, help is at hand, because right now in a small village in Hampshire, a wonderful woman is on her iPad and is logging on to www.dldcollege.co.uk/media/DLD live events ASPX. She will soon be joining us for the live streaming of this ceremony over the internet. Sorry, that's a bit embarrassing. Actually, it is my mum, sorry. Sorry. Mum? Sorry, I mean, are you logged on? Yes. Okay. Yes, that is me. What do you mean? What do you mean? What's wrong with the seat? Okay. Look, stay logged on. All right, stay logged on, Mum. Okay. Sorry about that. Right now, what I would really like is for all of you to help me out by, in one voice, just saying happy birthday to my mum. Now, she's called Norma. Okay, she's called Norma. So if we all say after 3, happy birthday, Norma, then that would basically get me out of a lot of trouble. It's happy birthday, Norma. After 3, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Norma.
Our afternoon will follow the order in the programme you have been given before we start. It's my responsibility to draw your attention to the emergency procedure should there be a cause to evacuate the building. The doors through which you entered are also the way out, and I would ask you to calmly head towards the doors should the need arise. If I could also ask you that you kindly disable any mobile devices that are likely to cause you any embarrassment during the ceremony, myself included. Please would you welcome onto the stage, performing his own composition, Mikhail, followed by Melanie, who will be singing for us. my pleasure to formally begin proceedings by inviting our principal, Rachel Borland, who will say a few words.
Thank you very much, Andrew. I think I enjoyed Mike and Melanie's performance so much, I think we better give them another big rousing round of applause. An absolutely fantastic start to our celebration here in, yet again, this beautiful church, of which we're very, very fortunate to be in today. So let me start by welcoming everybody. We have our honoured guests here, and we're very grateful for your presence here this afternoon. We also have parents here. I can see a lot of you, and we're grateful for you taking the time out of your busy schedule as well. I can see some guests here, but above all, I would like to recognise the presence, which is the college, of the students and staff of DLD. And this is the first time that Belgravia and Marylebone have come together on an occasion like this. So we really are one college now, so that's fantastic. It's good to see us all here in the spirit of DLD, celebrating success today. Again. And I say again because last night we had a fantastic occasion where we celebrated success, and indeed we managed to raise £1,500 for our charity of a school in Zambia, and later on we're going to hear a little bit more about the charity. So I'm going to give everybody a job to do now, and it's very, very simple. It's not going to take you very long. What I'd like you to do is to produce a 5-pence piece. Just have a look in your pocket, in your handbag, in your wallet. It's not much to ask for. If you can just find 5p, then we're off to a very, very good start. Of course, if you should stumble across a £50 note, then please let it come forward as well. Okay, now what I'd like you to do, if you've managed to find a 5p, if not, maybe you found a 10p or something else, just put it somewhere close to you, because I'm going to ask you to put it in the collection bucket later on. Aris, let me get the ball rolling over here. I've managed to find 2 5p's that's going to go in this one, and I also found a £20 note that was just randomly lying in my handbag, so that can go in there. All right, good. And later on, we're going to be sending around the collection buckets, and we'd like you to just pop those 5p's or whatever you generously manage to give us will go a very, very long way for the charity. Now, let me inform you that the 5p that hopefully is not disappeared, hopefully it's still quite close to you, is going to buy that student in Zambia a pencil. And it's going to make the difference of a student being able to write. If you came across some more money, hopefully you bought an exercise book for the students. Because for a student to go to this school in Zambia means that they potentially get the only meal that they would have during the day. The school provides a free meal, and I don't think there are many of us here in the church today that on a regular basis go without any food at all. So you can imagine the impact that our money is going to have on those students. I think it's time, with an experience like this that definitely I found very humbling yesterday, to take stock and appreciate what we have in our comfort, what we have in our technology that we're surrounded by, and what we have in the brilliance of our teaching staff here at DLD. Because most certainly these prize winners that are lining the front few rows here potentially wouldn't be awarded what we're going to award them later without the excellence of the teaching staff in DLD. So we're not only saying well done to the students here, we're also remembering and acknowledging the excellence in our teaching. And students, I'd just like you to applaud the teachers and say thank you on this occasion to them. The good news is that I'm not making a long speech, and the good news is that I've come to an end. So we're going to pass over some lovely other musical interludes here, but the main thing that we're celebrating today is student success. And there are lots of prize winners here. Some of them are looking very smart in suits and new outfits, and we're grateful that you've made an effort. A reminder, Andrew's done a very good job phoning his mum to remind us, but just remember that we are being live streamed, and this is a very exciting occasion in DLD. So let's keep smiling, because you never know, you might be on camera. Thank you very much.
One, two, three, four. Keep the pictures on the walls, but remember the truth. Your memories have combined to make someone that isn't you. If this is the last goodbye that I get, let's not let it end. Interrogation is not the answer, it is defense. So I walk and I run and I will carry on, and my feet won't touch the ground. Because of you, I'm stronger now. So please believe me. And never let me go. I will travel around forever, just trying to find my home. Oh, my home. So keep the pictures on the walls. Please believe me. Childhood memories combine. She's in the sky. It's not so bright. Let me go. This peace won't be the last echo. Please believe me. So remember the truth. And I'm trying to find through filtering love. You'll feel it too. So please believe me. And never let me go. I will travel around forever,
worry now. So let me know. Not sure. Find my eyes with your lips, whispering every kiss, promises of our home, like the one I know. So tell me, stop, worry now. So let me know something else. So let me know. I'm sure. When I count myself to sleep, I have found my room to breathe. My catharsis found in you. My catharsis found in you. My catharsis found in you.
This is an extract from a speech made by Sir Ken Robinson. I am fascinated by how people got to be where they are. It's been prompted by a conversation I had with a woman who most of you have probably never heard of. She's called Gillian Lynn. Have you heard of her? Some have. Well, Gillian is a choreographer, and all of you will have heard of her work. She's done Cats, Phantom of the Opera, Cabaret, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, to name but a few. Gillian and I had lunch the other day, and I said, "Gillian, how did you get to become a dancer?" And she said it was interesting. When she was at school, she was really hopeless. Her schoolwork was a disaster, at least as far as her teachers were concerned. She turned in assignments late, her handwriting was terrible, and she tested poorly. Not only that, she was a disruption to the entire class. 1 minute fidgeting, the other staring out the window. Gillian wasn't particularly concerned about any of this. She doesn't feel that she was a disruptive student. Yet, the school were very concerned. This came to a head when the school wrote to her parents. The school thought that Gillian had a learning disorder and that she needed to be in a school for special needs. All of this took place in the 1930s. I think now they say she had ADHD. But ADHD hadn't been invented yet. It wasn't an available condition. Gillian's parents received a letter from school with great concern and sprang to action. Gillian's mother put her daughter in her best dress and shoes and took her to see a psychologist, fearing the worst. They waited in a large oak-panelled room where she was led and sat on a chair at the end. Nervous at the impression she would make, she sat on her hands so that she wouldn't fidget. The psychologist went back to his desk, and for the next 20 minutes, he asked Gillian's mother about the difficulties that she was having at school and the problems that the school said she was causing. In the end, the doctor went and sat next to Gillian and said, "Gillian, I've listened to all the things that your mother has to tell me, and I need to speak to her privately. Wait here, we'll be back. We won't be very long." Gillian's mother was increasingly concerned that her daughter might actually be ill. As they left the room, the doctor paused and asked Mrs. Lynn to wait. He walked back to his desk and turned on the radio that was sitting there. And when they got to the door, he turned to her mother and said, "Just stand and watch her." Mrs. Lynn turned around and saw Gillian, up on her feet, moving to the music. And they watched for a few minutes, and the doctor turned to her and said, "Mrs. Lynn, your daughter isn't ill. She's a dancer. Take her to a dance school." And I said, "What happened?" And she said she did. I can't tell you how wonderful it was. We walked into this room and it was full of people like me. People who couldn't sit still. People who had to move to think. Who had to move to think. They did ballet, tap, jazz, modern and contemporary. She was eventually auditioned for the Royal Ballet School, where she became a soloist. She eventually graduated from the Royal Ballet School and founded her own company, the Gillian Lynn Dance Company. She's been responsible for some of the most successful theatre productions in history. She's given pleasure to millions, and she's a multi-millionaire, and the recent recipient of a 2013 Special Olivier Award. Somebody else might have put her on medication and told her to calm down.
because you can. Your voice is beyond compare, the flame and lamps of open hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand, but you can easily take my man, and you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm gonna take him just because you can. For you can have your choice of man, but I can never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Please don't take him just because you can.
so cool. I've actually just watched that online. It's just fantastic. Something else that's pretty fantastic is when we get to welcome back students to come and tell us what they've been up to and how they're getting on. I'm particularly delighted this afternoon to welcome back our alumna, Isabel, who's going to tell us all about her adventures. Please welcome Isabel.
I'm very aware that, as I stand in front of you, although you're proud and relieved to have made it this far, that most of you are terrified of what the next month has in store for you. And then, of course, you're terrified of what the next few years are going to be like. Some of you are going to be itching to get to university. However, I also imagine that some of you feel that DLD was the only educational institution in which you were ever truly happy in. I arrived at DLD, as some of you may have done, a bit of a mess. Thrown out of my previous school for what I'll politely call too much fun, leaving me in a state of physical and emotional unrest. I was basically unable to function in an educational institution. And Aris, who asked me to speak today, who used to teach me for the last period of the day, would often walk into the lesson to find me sitting casually atop a filing cabinet, or worse, climbed out of the window to explore the roof. Sorry. My previous school found me unmanageable, unable to concentrate for a whole lesson, prone to disruptive outbursts and absenteeism. They made me feel as if I was an aberration. Aris gave me unparalleled pastoral support. But actually, all of my teachers, Kathy David, Simon Pearson, Aris Rodrikotis, and Daniel Woodley, worked hard to find methods of education that would suit my sporadic learning style. My last school predicted me a D for English. My teacher wrote me off as an incompetent. But Kathy spent time helping me develop my writing style so that it would serve purpose in academia, and I received an A. I remember my mother wrote her a letter thanking her, and she wrote back saying that I would be a great writer one day. I remember finding that very strange at the time. I had little desire to be a writer, but sometimes people can see things in you that you can't see yourself. She and Simon taught in very different ways, but both of their teachings have had a profound effect on my work. Sure enough, working in film and theatre, I've now written several short films and plays. Teachers that teach subjects in vivid technicolor are rare. The imagery evoked by Aris, teaching me Ovid, Simon's interest in eschatology, and Kathy's modern feminist take on literature have all influenced the work that I produce considerably. It gives me great pleasure to know that they're still here, enjoying watching you morph from youths into adults. I also made friends for life, and my best friend, who I'm incredibly proud of, also arrived at DLD in a state, is sitting over there, about to release her second album while simultaneously embarking on a literature PhD. I initially wanted to study politics, but Daniel was concerned that the subject wouldn't be broad enough for my interests. He urged me to study anthropology, and so I did. I got into my second choice of university to study archaeology and anthropology, and I soon realised that I had no desire to go digging. So archaeology wasn't for me, and whilst anthropology was interesting enough, I really couldn't see myself as an anthropologist. Nevertheless, I stuck with it, as I felt that that was what I was expected to do. University was great, mostly parties and monstrous hangovers, but I had become acting professionally, which I hadn't planned, but really enjoyed. It took away from my studies, but I managed to knuckle down in my final year, graduated with a brilliant group of friends and a 2-1 from a Russell Group university into the worst job market this country has ever seen. Knowing that I loved film and theatre, but thinking that they weren't really viable career plans, I interned in galleries, selling large amounts of art for people who never intended to pay me commission, before my boyfriend got me a job working for a bizarre literary agent with a reputation for cruel outbursts. Nobody expected me to stick at it for more than a month, but I managed 6 before the situation came to a mutual end. And as well as learning how to construct and criticise scripts, I also learnt the valuable skills of how to deal with a psychopath. Working in any field, this will stand you in good stead. Equipped Equipped with a new skin like an elephant, I decided that the world was going to have to like what I produce, and I formed a company with 2 friends making music videos and documentaries. For a while, I'd seen my degree as a complete waste of time, useful only to persuade potential employers that I wasn't a waste of space. But making documentaries, I began to understand what it was that the grounding in field research that anthropology had given me did. The breadth of appreciating the apparently insignificant, the very thing which Daniel had identified my need for. I have learnt over the years that while sometimes an experience might waste you, that no experience is a wasted one. Some of our stuff did well, and by the time that Aris asked me to do this talk, we had broadcast music videos and front-page web documentary features, and I was producing a feature-length documentary. Everything was good. But I had this niggling feeling that even though I'd done all of this stuff that from the outset seemed very impressive, I wasn't being creatively fulfilled. And so I left. I left this Christmas to direct my own work. But I'm back to basics, I really am. I've started my own company just by myself, and although I have an excellent team, I'm essentially having to deal with everything alone. I certainly haven't made it yet, and I have to deal with the constant anxiety that I may never reach the level that I would like to be operating at. But I learn from my mistakes, and actually it feels pretty amazing, and I'm having a lot of fun at the moment. It may seem that I've just justified being a dilettante, somebody unable to stick at anything. But at this moment, I have my first cinematic short in post-production, my first music video commissioned to be released this July. I'm producing a documentary shooting in Ghana next week, and I'm appearing in my first feature film, which will be in cinemas this summer. It is thanks to my teachers, who helped me appreciate that challenging distraction can lead to a richness, that diversity is no bad thing. But it is also thanks to the philosophy of DLD as a body, which has given me the courage and practical skills to channel this distractive tendency in order to see these projects through to completion. Most of you will be very happy at university. The freedom, the independence, the opportunity to study a subject that you love. Others won't be as happy, and you may feel like you've made the wrong choice or you're following somebody else's wishes. This is not something to worry about, because university will also afford you the luxury of making colossal mistakes and emerging unscathed and a better person because of it. Exploration is the most important part of this time. Following your heart, but at the same time, not beating yourself up about it if you're not enjoying yourself. After you finish your exams, this summer is probably going to feel like the world's ending a little bit. Heady and intense, hearts will be broken, and friendships that can survive any geographical distance will forge themselves even stronger. Enjoy it.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following. Though I know that evening empires returning to sand, vanished from my view, left me blindly here to stand, but still not sleeping. My weariness amazes me, I'm branded on my feet, and I have no one to meet, and this ancient empty street's too big for dreaming. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In this jingle jangle morning, I'll come following. Early one morning the sun was shining, I was laying in bed, wondering if she changed at all, if her hair was still red. The folks said our lives together, thought sure was gonna be rough. They never did lie, Mama homemade dress, Papa's bangle was big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes. I'm heading up for the East Coast, Lord knows, I'm pacing you, getting through. I'm tangled up in blue.
I am delighted to introduce Mr. Graham Abel and Baroness Perry to come and speak. Graham has been the Chief Executive Officer for Alpha Plus since 2009 and has worked tirelessly for the good of our schools and colleges. And we are very honoured to welcome back today Baroness Perry, who continues to show a great interest in DLD and the work that we all do. Graham and Baroness Perry.
Lady Perry, Sir John, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be with you today. And what amazing talents we have amongst our student body here at DLD. Please join me in congratulating them once more for a terrific show. Thank you very much. I'm particularly grateful to the last duo for taking me back in time. The summer of 1962, when I was taking O-level exams, that's the prehistoric equivalent of GCSE, Bob Dylan's Blowing in the Wind was released, and we all became great Dylan fans. Even after nearly 45 years of marriage, this is still the one bone of contention between my wife and I. I remain a great Bob Dylan fan, she remains convinced he cannot sing. Such is life. See, the ladies always agree that he can't sing, but we men know differently. You are here all immensely privileged. Privileged to be at this great college. Privileged to be here on a historic occasion when the two campuses have at last come together for one function. A precursor of what will happen in just over a year's time when both campuses coalesce on Westminster Bridge Road, and we all look forward to that. But I hope the great spirit that's been alive in Marylebone and Belgravia for these last 15 or so years will carry forward onto that new campus. And DLD is moving not for the first time, because about 16 years ago it moved from Notting Hill to Marylebone in order to have the space to expand. It's now moving again to have more space to expand so we can have more talented students and hopefully help them through to their start in life. Now, I said you're privileged. There is nothing wrong with privilege as long as you accept the other half of the equation. Sorry, I'm a chemist, so I think in equations. And the other half of that equation is that you have a responsibility to use your own talents well and to make sure that you can, wherever possible, contribute to the greater society. So do enjoy your talents and do use them well. Now, many of you have important examinations coming up. I'm sure you will have prepared for them well. You have been well taught. There is no need to panic. You can only do your best. I hope none of you will be in a situation where you feel you need to revise over the last 24 hours, because you should be getting a good night's sleep before each exam. And just as a little word of advice, if you happen to need some help to sleep, given you have an exam the next day, cocoa is much more effective than whiskey. Do please remember that. And as far as the future ahead goes, I think Isabel has shown you that you should have an open mind and you should follow your dreams. Do enjoy your time at university, those going on to it. Do enjoy everything you do in life, but make me and yourselves one promise today, and this is the thought I want to leave you with. If by any chance you find when you're 28, and it's a good age for reflection, 28, I remember it, I think. If you find at that stage you're doing something you do not like doing and feel unfulfilled, then for my sake and for yours, please change it. You have one life. You must find something you really enjoy doing and which satisfies you. That will make you a much better citizen of the world and a much more fulfilled person. I wish you all every success in the coming exams, and more importantly, every success in your lives ahead. Thank you very much.
And ladies and gentlemen and students, it's a huge privilege to be here. I'm sitting in my place here feeling very privileged this afternoon, privileged to be with you on such a special occasion, privileged to have heard the great music and the reading and the speech that we've all heard, and privileged because we're going to see people coming up, the students coming up, to get their awards for the hard work that they've done. The whole of the afternoon, the whole of this occasion is about achievement. You've achieved an enormous amount, and we heard from Isabel about the achievements, we've heard from the reading about the achievement, and we will celebrate as we watch you get your awards, the achievement and the hard work that you have taken over the last few years, and all that DLD has given you, because it's DLD that achieves, and your parents who've achieved in supporting you and helping you through it, and your teachers who've achieved in giving you the right kind of instruction and the right kind of enthusiasm and the right kind of support and help. But you know, there's another A level you need, not just achievement, and that's ambition. And I think the message that I would give to you this afternoon is to cherish ambition. One of my favourite quotations comes from the writer Betty Friedan, who said, "Ambition is the thing which makes of your life a work of art instead of a series of haphazard incidents." I love that quote because it says there's nothing wrong with ambition. You don't have to apologise for being ambitious. Ambition is making a work of art out of your life. And I would say to you now, be ambitious for yourselves. Don't ever accept half measures. Don't ever accept something which is second best. Strive to be the best that you can be, to achieve the best that you can achieve, and go on being ambitious for yourself and for your lives. And with that thought, I wish you, as others have done, huge success in your exams. I know that they're pretty horrid when they happen, but they're wonderful when you get good results. And very, very best of luck with your ambition for your long-term future. Thank you.
And now we move to the part of the ceremony that recognises the multitude of talents, efforts and commitment shown by our prize winners during this past academic year. Our distinguished guests will be presenting the awards, starting with Graham Abel, followed by Sir John Ricklatt, our Chairman of Governors. They will present to Year 11 and 12, and then Lady Perry will present awards to our Year 13 students. So Graham, if I could ask you to come up first, please. We're going to start with the awards for Year 11. For achievement and effort on the pre-sessional course, Joshua Chan. For effort and achievement in English, Alice England. Achievement in English, Chelsea Hockey Morley. For achievement in academic English, achievement in biology, achievement in business studies, Nora Kozhevnikova. Achievement in mathematics, achievement in music, Tony Zhang. The following Year 11 students have been awarded a prize, but they are currently taking their art examination this afternoon. For music, Munk Damba Okir. Achievement in biology, Genevieve Lowenthal. For effort and achievement in physics, religious studies, Elmo Speartman. For effort in music and achievement in mathematics, Selena Wang. I don't think we'll get our claps for them to hear us in Marylebone, but if we clap loud enough, they might. And we now move to the prizes for Year 12. Effort and progress in physics, Samuel Alexander. For effort in academic English, Anastasia Antonova. Effort and achievement in religious studies, Serena Bandari. For progress in music, Oliver Binks. Achievement in economics, Catherine Blair. Achievement in further mathematics, Ariel Chen. Effort in business studies, Elise Chimoko. Outstanding effort and achievement in BTEC media production, Julian Dean. For progress in business studies, effort and progress in mathematics, Adiz Emin. For achievement in biology, Talita Gregorian. Effort and achievement in classical civilization, Tobias Hamilton. For achievement in physics, Mai Chao Han. Achievement in art, Isabel Holland. Achievement in English literature and photography, Jessica Klein. For achievement in music technology, Karan Kumar. For achievement in psychology, Anita Laban. For achievement in academic English, Thi Huan Lee. And that concludes the prizes for Graham. If I can ask Sir John, please, to now come and present the rest of Year 12. For progress in music technology, Dylan Luke. For effort and progress in mathematics, Tracy Moe. For effort in physics, Fadia Jihan Noor. For achievement in biology, effort and progress in mathematics, Precious Mutambara. For achievement in music, Carolina Nevoina. For achievement in biology, achievement in psychology, Dominic Newell. For effort in music, Tianman Yun. For achievement in history, Gaia Raka. For achievement in psychology, Sarah Richardson. Achievement in physics and the bronze medal in the AS Physics Challenge, Martin Seider. For effort in Spanish, achievement in biology, Ed Sibley. For effort and curiosity in drama, achievement in politics and progress, Jackie Suhr. For achievement in English language and literature, Millie Unsworth-Webb. For effort and progress in English language and literature, Laura Boynier. For effort and progress in mathematics, Yunto Wang. For achievement in history, Rhys Wellington. Effort and progress in physics, achievement in further mathematics, Harrison Zhang. And that concludes the prizes for Year 12. If I can ask Sir John to sit back down and Lady Perry to present Year 13. For achievement in sociology, effort in music, Gabrielle Ogetita. Gabrielle also wins an Achievement in Business Studies award. For achievement in mathematics, Hossein Azani. For effort and progress in economics, Rebecca Commitment, courage and excellence in drama, Unjay Beck. Achievement in history, Juno Bardwaj Shah. Effort and progress in mathematics, Volkan Boss. The Bronze II Award in the Physics Olympiad, Amin Dai Farshbach. Achievement in history, achievement in English literature, William Davidson. Outstanding achievement in film studies, achievement in photography, Poppy Lee Fryer. For her achievement in the EPQ, effort and achievement in physics, Emma Harrison. Achievement in art, Katrina Kizenbaha. Effort and achievement in music, Stella Matthias Wiles. For effort in business studies, Athas Musias. For effort and achievement in physics, Alessandra Nilsson Ladner. For effort in physics, Arash Naruzi. For progress, effort and commitment in film studies, Stefana Peshko. For progress in physics, progress in mathematics, achievement in economics, Kabilan Rajamurti. For achievement in history, Charlie Salmons. Charlie Salmons also wins the Achievement in Politics Prize. For achievement in economics, Kason Stevenson. For effort on the International Foundation Programme, Zhang Jun Tang. For effort and achievement in physics, achievement in further mathematics, Edwin Tun. For outstanding achievement in media studies, achievement in photography, Sai Villafuerte. For achievement in mathematics, Wan Afiq Wan Bahanahuddin. For progress on the International Foundation Programme, Hao Yu Wan. For achievement on the International Foundation Programme and progress in academic English, Jin Wang. For achievement in further mathematics, Yiquin Wang. For effort in mathematics, Yang Yang. Achieving the Bronze 2 Award at the Physics Olympiad, Yasa Yaya Oye. For achievement and effort in business studies, Damiola Yusuf. And finally, for achievement in politics, achievement in economics, achievement in history, and she has been voted the college's 2014 valedictorian, Gabrielle Watts. That concludes this afternoon's presentation, and we now have more music before our final part.
All along it was a fever, a gross where I had a believer. I threw my hands in the air, said show me something. He said if you dare come a little closer. Round and round and round and round we go. Oh, now, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now you know. You're really sure that we found something in the
I think that was better. So Rihanna, watch out. I'd now like to welcome Kalina Pure to the stage, who is going to give us a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much for coming today. I would like to congratulate all of you students for the work you put in this year. I would also like to thank the teachers for their patience and their perseverance with us. Lastly, but not leastly, I would like to thank our beloved guests here, and I would also like to give them a gift of appreciation.
And finally, I'd like to invite Will Nichols to come and say a few words about the college charity.
Always lovely to be greeted by a round of applause. Currently, I'm studying anthropology and political science at the University of Birmingham. I first volunteered in Zambia in 2011, but about 2 weeks after I left, the government changed, and by the time I returned in 2012, the funding at Chiloleko Community School had been greatly reduced, so much so that they'd been given 2 books by the government, and they were given something on average about a notional $50 a year just so the government could publicise that they were funding the school. One of the books was a 1980s edition of an atlas. The other, and to this day we still don't know why it was there, was a storybook for children in German. Part of the problem was, because the teachers mostly volunteer there now, their pay is largely made up by donations from the local community, who earn on average about $600 a year per person. So for them, it's completely unsustainable for them to keep this school running. One of the major issues is food and water supply. As mentioned earlier, many children only get 1 meal a day and have to walk very far to go to this school. If they walk that far, and then don't get water when they're there, often in the summer months, December, November, it is too hot for them to go, and they're better off staying at home working on the farm. For the same reasons, they need the food because often it's their only meal a day, and it helps them concentrate and improves their ability to do well at school, as well as making the teachers' lives a lot easier. Since last year, the general aesthetics of the school have been improved. We put new desks in, we've improved security for the books, and we've done a new coat of paint for the walls. It's a nicer place for the students to learn. However, there's still a lot to be done. Now, I spoke to the teachers and asked their main concerns and came immediately to DLD before anyone else could get their name in, having not had a shower, straight from the flight from Johannesburg. And Aris very politely said nothing to me and didn't contact me for a couple of months, at which point I thought I was down and out. I got an email, and DLD confirmed that they would be delighted to support Chiloleko, and to my amazement, they even gave me a second year. So far we've achieved amazing things, but there's a lot more that can be done, and bigger projects that need to be done. And our next big opportunity to do that is the 2-week summer period, or for them, winter holiday, during which production can be done while the students aren't there to interrupt any minor painting issues. So I would like to take this opportunity to, first of all, say a big thank you from all the teachers. They were astounded that so much effort has been put in, as they thought that their school was very much a minor part of the world. They had no idea so many people cared and thought about their position. Second of all, I'd like to thank all the students and staff at DLD who put so much effort into this project. It's incredibly close to my heart and it means a lot to me. Finally, I'd like to thank everyone who donates to this project. It means a huge amount to them, and every tiny bit does make an absolutely massive difference. So, Tisal Nana Zikomo. See you soon, and thanks.
Thank you so much for coming today to our award ceremony. It's the 450th anniversary of Shakespeare's birth. And in Measure for Measure, he says, our doubts are traitors and cause us to miss the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. Get those 5p's, get those pounds, get those notes. The bucket is coming round. I wish you all a very happy bank holiday weekend. Good luck, good afternoon.